Welcome back, friends. So from now we are going to start developing our project, so that is file management system. And in this video we are going to do a project setup, and we will set up our whole project, as this project will be having React, Firebase, as well as it will be having a Redux, and we will be using Bootstrap for the UI. So now let's move forward and let's see what we are going to do in this video here. Now let's see what we will do in this video. So in this video we are doing these steps here. So first of all, we are going to create our new React app, and we are going to create that with the help of VITE, and then we are going to clean our app and start our server, and after that we are going to add the Bootstrap dependency, and we are going to configure that. This Bootstrap we need to create the UI that you are seeing there, and then we have to configure the Redux also. So I will tell you how you can use Redux with the help of Firebase and create this type of complex application. And for that we are going to configure the Redux, and we are not going to use Redux toolkit. We are going to use simple Redux, and afterwards we will be having some new series about Redux toolkit as well. And then this is the very main component, that is Firebase. So because this Firebase, we are going to use it as a backend as a service. We are going to do authentication, as well as we are going to store images, videos, files, and we are going to create data, real-time files. We are going to create that, and for that we have to configure the Firebase here as well, and we are going to use the new version of the Firebase. So now without wasting any time, let's get into the first section, that is, let's create our new React app and clean that our app here. So let's create our React app here. So for that we are going to use VITE here. I am under the VITE.js website here, and you can see the features of this website. So now simply press on get started here, and you will get to know all the commands how you can create your first VITE project. I will be using yarn here, so that's why I'm going to use this command, yarn create VITE. So now let's move forward here, and here you can see that this is an empty folder here, and here I'm going to open the terminal, and let's use this command yarn create VITE, so that it will create a VITE app for us, that is the React app. And I am under the same folder, so that's why I wrote this, and then package name will be React Firebase file management system. Now we will be using React here, and then simply press React, and here you can see that we have all the files here, but dependencies are not installed. I am under the same folder here, just I have to type yarn and press enter, and it will add all the dependencies for us. So our all dependencies are installed successfully here, and you can see that our server is also up and running in just 12,000, means in just 1.2 seconds. And here you can see that this is our basic React app. Now let's clean our React app here. So for that, first of all, we have to open this app in VS Code here. So I'm going to open this in the VS Code. So let's open with code. And then we are going to clean our whole app here. So our app is opened in the VS Code here. So now let's clean our app. So for that, first of all, I'm going to go to the source folder. So I'm going into the source folder here. So under the source folder, first of all, we don't need any favicon, and also we don't need the logo. So I'm going to delete this all. So let's delete this, and here I'm going to index.css, and here we don't need this anything here. So I'm going to remove this, and from the app.css as well, I'm going to remove the whole code. So now let's go to the app.jsx. So here we don't need anything like this. So here I'm going to make this to the functional component, so that is arrow functional component. So here we don't need this state as well, and here let's remove this header. And let's add h1 here, that is hello world, and just save this here. Now let's go to index.jsx, index.html, and here you can see that this is very clean and we don't need any favicon, so I'm going to remove the favicon here. So just save this. Now when you will see the changes here, and you can see that we are getting hello world. Now this is the time to configure the bootstrap here, and let's first of all install the bootstrap. So let me close this all index.css and app.css. We don't need this anymore. So here I'm going to open the terminal under the code here, under the VS Code. So here, as I'm using yarn here, so that's why I will be using yarn to install all the dependencies. So here I will be using yarn add bootstrap. If we are using npm, you can use npm install bootstrap, and same for the npm. And just press enter. This will install the bootstrap for you. So you can see that bootstrap is installed successfully here, and in just 3.84 seconds here. So now we will configure. So I'm going to delete this terminal here. So let's configure this bootstrap. So for that I'm going to the main.jsx here, and here we are going to import bootstrap. First of all, we have to import the css here, so that is bootstrap under the this folder, and then under the css folder we have this bootstrap css file, and then we are going to move forward and we will install the bootstrap js build here. So that is bootstrap.main.js. so that we are going to use this, and this is a bundle here. Just save this, and now when we will go here, so here we should get the changes, but I think we are not getting the changes. We are getting the error here because this js file is not found. So here what I'm going to do here, so that is slash, and here under the js is there, and you can see that there is bootstrap.bundle. So we are going to use this bootstrap for bundle here, and now you can see the changes here, and we will get hello world. The text is changed, so this means that bootstrap is configured successfully. So now let's move forward and let's install the Redux, and let's set up it. So now let's install the Redux here. Let's set up the Redux. So for that, first of all, we have to install the required dependencies for that. So here what I'm going to add, so first of all we have to add the Redux here, and to connect it with React we are going to use React Redux. And after that, as we are using Firebase here, so for that we have to create the action creators, so that just using the action creator and means fetching the data from the Firebase, it should go to the Redux directly. So for that we will be using React Thunk. So React Thunk is there, and after that we are going to use Redux DevTool extension, Redux DevTools extension. So we are going to use this extension so that we can map everything. We can map everything here. So you can download this Redux DevTool extension here also. So you can see that this is the extension, and using this extension whenever it is enabled, so we can track all the Redux data from here as well, how the Redux is working, how the Redux data is changing here. So for now just this thing we need. Just press enter here. So this will install all the dependencies for you. So all the dependencies are installed successfully in just 21 seconds here. And now we will just set up the Redux, and I'm not going to create any type of reducer, and I'm just going to create the empty state and using the combine reducers as well. So whenever in the next video, step by step, we are going to create action creators and sub folders for that. So here what I'm going to do here, so first of all let's create a folder here. So folder will be for the Redux, so let's create that. So there is Redux is there, and here I'm not going to create any reducers here. So first of all, in the Redux I'm going to create one store. So that will be the store.js file will be there. So store.js file, and here we are going to create the store here. So here import create store. So from the Redux I have imported the create store here, or we can use configure store also. So configure store from the Redux. So here will be our store. So I'm going to export it. So export default store. So here we are going to configure the store here, and here we are going to use the combine reducers. So combine reducers, and for now there will be the empty here. So our reducers will be empty, and then we are going to use dev tools. So this one, that is composed with dev tools, and then here we are going to use the middleware here. So that is apply middleware. So let's import that. So we are going to apply middleware from the Redux here, and then here what we are going to do. So here will be our Redux thunk. Here will be our thunk here. Apply middleware. So that will be the thunk. So we have to import the thunk. So import thunk from Redux thunk here. Just save this, and now let's go to the main.jsx, and here we are going to import the store. So here first of all we have to import provider. From React Redux, and then we are going to import the store here. So we are going to import the store. So here we have to import the store here. So that is import store from in the Redux folder. So there is Redux, there is a store here. So here you can see that I have used the configure store here. So instead of this I am going to use create store. So create store is there because this create store is of Redux dev toolkit. Configure store is of Redux dev toolkit here. So here we are going to use create store. So here instead of restrict mode I am going to use provider here, and we can use restrict mode as well. So just use provider, and here we are going to present a store, and store will be our store here. Now let's see this, if this is working or not. So here we have the error, so that is fail to resolve import Redux thunk. Yeah, so we have the error like there is not any Redux thunk here. So let's see that. So here React Redux and React thunk we have added here. So instead of that we have to import, we have to download Redux thunk. So here what I'm going to do, so here I'm going to add the Redux thunk instead of this one. So yarn add Redux thunk instead of React thunk. So let's add this, and we are going to remove. So yarn remove React thunk. So I have installed the Redux thunk and removed the React thunk here because we don't need the React thunk. Now just save this, and now let's see the changes here. So now here we will get the empty store, So here one error is there. So let's see what is the error. So error is store does not have a valid reducer. So we have to provide a simple reducer here. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to create the reducers here. So reducers. So just one reducer I'm going to create. So that is for the auth. So that will be the auth reducer, auth reducer.js, and here I'm going to create just simple reducer. And first of all, state, initial state. So first of all, initial state will be empty here. Then here we are going to use the reducer const auth reducer. So first of all, state will be the initial state, and like this. And then here what we are going to do, so here this will be a simple action. So by default the action will be default here. It will return the state, then export default auth reducer. So just export the auth reducer here. Then we are going to go to the store here. So here we are going to write auth reducer, auth reducer. So we have to import this. So let's import this. Import auth reducer from the reducers auth reducer. So just save this, and now we have this error like store is not defined. So let's see how this is the error here. So because the error is because of this. So here we have the store here, and then let's export the store from here. So now you can see that we have configured our Redux successfully here. Now you can see the auth reducer here, and that is empty. So now let's move forward and let's add file. So now we have to configure the Firebase here. So for that I'm going to create a new project in the Firebase. So for that, go to this Firebase console and make sure you are logged in, and simply click on add project. So here we will add the project name. So that will be React Firebase file management system is there. So it is longer. So here what I will be do. So I will be doing just Firebase management system, and just click on continue here. And then we are not going to enable the analytics. Just click on create project. So this will create a project for you. So you can see that our project is created successfully here. So now let's click on continue. And here you can see that you just click on this web, and here we will add the app name. So that will be Firebase management system, and we are not going to set up the hosting yet. Just click on register app. And here you can see that we have to install this Firebase here, and then we have to this first of all copy this all configure. So I'm going to copy this and just click on this console here. So let's go here first of all, and here I'm going to create one new folder. So that will be for the APIs, and APIs will be there, and first will be Firebase. So firebase.js will be there, and I'm going to rename this APIs to config, and here we have the Firebase here. So here I'm going to paste this config keys. So now we have to install the Firebase here. So for that I'm going to use yarn add Firebase. So this will install the Firebase for us. Now our all dependencies are installed successfully here. You can see that our Firebase is installed successfully. So now let's close the terminal here. So here I'm going to import Firebase from Firebase. Then from the compact there is our app here. So now we are going to configure initialize our Firebase app. So for that what we are going to do, so here we are going to create a const named fire. and it will be having Firebase.initialize app, and we are going to initialize this. So now whenever we need anything, like we need Firestore here, so here what we will do, so we will use Firestore compact, Firebase compact slash auth, or there is a Firestore. So we will initialize like this, and we will get this Firestore enabled with this fire variable. So that we are going to do in the further videos. So now we have completely set up our app here. So for today, this is enough. I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you for watching.